Hey everyone, welcome to Resistance Book Club. My name is Keita, and this here is going to be Kalynn Bayron Reads Volume 1. So sit back, relax, because I'm excited to do this video. All right, so honey. Mm, 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 mm. I can tell I'm gonna really enjoy talking about this in this video about this author because I didn't think that I was going to really love Bayron's books this much, but yeah, she is really doing it for me. Her pen game is sick. So, with that being said, let's get to this. First up, in no particular order, I think I will do You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. And yeah, this here, we'll start off this one because this is like my only special editions. I'm in the works of getting other special editions of her books, but this here is my Blessed Bladder edition. I think I got this off of Goldsboro, I believe. So this here, the listenership is 6 hours 14 minutes, and this here is narrated by Huwat Tebla. I hope I pronounced that right. And synopsis is that Charity has a summer job of her dreams, playing the final girl at Camp Mirror Lake. Guests paid to be scared in this full contact terror game as Charity and her summer crew recreate scenes from a classic slasher film, The Curse of Camp Mirror Lake. The more realistic the fare, the better for business. But the last weekend of the season, Charity's co-workers begin disappearing. And when one ends up dead, Charity's role as the final girl suddenly becomes all too real. If Charity and her girlfriend Bessie hope to survive the night, they'll need to figure out what this killer is after. As they unravel the bloody history of the real Mirror Lake, Charity discovers that there may be more to the story than she ever expected. So this here, honey, 5 stars. It's a 5 star. This was so good. Very short. Clearly, I read this. I didn't listen to this. I literally read it, but I ate this book up. This here, oh my God. The slasher part of it, I mean, it definitely has that Jason Voorhees thing going on in here, but to have a black protagonist who's also a lesbian in here and her girlfriend Bessie just trying to survive this daggone night. Like, it was absolutely insane. I wholeheartedly recommend this book to anybody. Like, it's so effing good, like really good. Especially the twist that happens towards the end, and then another twist happens, so there's like two twists that happens, and it's just it really plays out like the movie, like at Camp Christie Lake, you know what I mean? But also it has some extra stuff that goes on in there, and then you'll find out. But yeah, this here was so good. This was so good. Like, I couldn't even recommend this enough. So yeah, if you haven't read this already, if you want to read this for like Halloween or something, read it. The funny thing is I was trying to read this at night and I was like, nah, I'm okay. Not happening. All right. Next one I have that I want to talk about is This Poison Heart. So I don't have the book for this one yet, but I'm in the process of getting it. The listening ship is 10 hours, 17 minutes, and it is narrated by Jordan Cobb. It reads, Breezy's has a gift. She can grow plants from tiny seeds to rich blooms with a single touch. When Breezy's aunt dies and wills her a dilapidated estate in rural New York, Bree and her parents decide to leave Brooklyn behind for the summer. Hopefully, there, surrounded by plants and flowers, Bree will finally learn to control her gift, but their new home is sinister in ways they could never have imagined. It comes with a specific set of instructions, an old school apothecary, and a walled garden filled with the deadliest botanicals in the world that can only be entered by those who share Bree's unique family lineage. When strangers begin to arrive on their doorstep asking for tinctures and elixirs, Bree learns she has a surprising talent for creating them. One of the visitors is Marie, a mysterious young woman whom Bree befriends, only to find that Marie is keeping a dark secret about the history of the estate and its surrounding community. There is more to Bree's sudden inheritance than she could have imagined, and she is determined to uncover it until a nefarious group comes after her in search of a rare and dangerous immortality elixir. Up against a centuries-old curse and the deadliest plant on earth, Bree must harness her gift to protect herself and her family. From the best-selling author of Cinderella Is Dead comes another inspiring, deep, compelling story about a young woman with the power to conquer the dark forces descending around her. I did listen to this. This here was so good. It's definitely a five. Not five. No, it's a 5 star. I'm thinking of the other one. It's definitely a 5 star read. I loved everything about it. It kept me, very much intrigued and and trying to figure out what was going to happen, what was going to happen. I love the buildup that we get towards the end of the book, only to leave us with a cliffhanger, knowing that this here is a duology, and to also see how the supernatural has become a part of the real world. Not has like become, but always is. It's just it seems like it's more private, like it's not being put out there. That certain people have like some type of affinity for earth and probably wind, fire, and air. Um, earth, wind, and fire. That the all the elements. So the fact that she has an affinity for plants is more earthly. So and her mom is just like okay with it, and I love that because it's just more realistic and it's taking place in a more realistic world because you're in Brooklyn and you have these plant powers. Like you really uh have a supernatural ability that deals with earth, you know. So I love that. I love that she makes it real in there. Love all the characters. It really felt like you were definitely a part of them. Like it felt like you were in Brooklyn with Bree and her mom, and then they went to this home, and then you felt like you was going through this journey with them, and it really started picking up like towards the end, and then when you get to the end and then you find that this cliffhanger that leads to the second book, which is The Wicked Fate. And now I do have this book. I totally forgot to bring it, for this one because it's a my book is a special edition that has the light blue sprayed edges on there. But The Wicked Fate is the second book. So this here is 9 hours and 16 minutes of listenership, narrated by Jordan Cobb. Again, I did listen to it. So pretty much in this second book is just dealing with uh the flower that they need. I think it's a flower. No, it's an elixir because you needed the plant in order to make this elixir. Um, then they needed to find the last fragment of the deadly absurdist heart. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, so now they're on this whole journey of trying to get this, and then more secrets are spilled and more secrets are revealed. And yeah, so that one, I mean, it was still good. I would have to say it's like a 4.75 for me. I think the first one like really came on strong, and then the second one we just kind of like, but it was still an adventure because you're still going. You're going from one place to another, one place to another. Things are being revealed left and right, and then we're kind of putting all the pieces together. And then once every piece of the puzzle is completely solved, now we understand what's really going on. So yeah, definitely it was a great duology, like literally. So I can't wait to get the book for my shelf so that way it'd be sitting next to the Wicked Fate. The next one that I want to talk about is My Dear Henry, and this here is a Jekyll and Hyde remix classic. It's also a part of the remix classic books. This here is book 6. There are all other classics. If you see it in the back here, I believe there's a Robin Hood, a Little Women, um, The Great Gatsby. What is this? Wuthering Heights, and which one is this? Treasure Island. So they're all, behind here. I've seen some people who have read them. I know Lachette, she's read the Robin Hood. I think she's still reading it even now to this day. I hope she finished this. But yeah, so this here, so good. 5 star. Like I love everything about it. I really do. The listenership for this one here is 7 hours 49 minutes, narrated by Clifford Samuel. I did not listen to this. I actually just read it as is, and it didn't take me no time. I think it took me like 2 days, maybe 2 days and a half, because dealing with a kid. And so the synopsis read that London, 1885, Gabriel Utterson, a 17-year-old law clerk, has returned to London for the first time since his life and that of his dearest friend, Henry Jekyll, was derailed by a scandal that led to his and Henry's expulsion from the London Medical School. Whispers about the true nature of Gabriel and Henry's relationship have followed the boys for 2 years, and now Gabriel has a chance to start again. But Gabriel doesn't want to move on, not without Henry. His friend has become distant and cold since the disastrous events of the prior spring, and now his letters have stopped altogether. Desperate to discover what's become of him, Gabriel takes to watching the Jekyll house. In doing so, Gabriel meets Hyde, a strangely familiar young man with white hair and a magnetic charisma. He claims to be friends with Henry, and Gabriel can't help but begin to grow jealous at their apparent closeness, especially as Henry continues to act like Gabriel means nothing to him. But the secret behind Henry's apathy is only the first part of the deeper mystery that has begun to coalesce. Monsters of all kinds prowl within the London fog, and not all of them are out for blood. So, yes, this here, oh God, I mean, just the love story of it all. Oh, it's the love story, it's the friendship, it's the, what do you do when someone that you actually really have feelings for, someone that you really love, share all your time with, has like literally disappeared on you? Like, do you just go on with your life, or do you try to find out what's going on? And in this case, he wanted to know what's going on. I loved it. It was a beautiful love story. It was a beautiful remix to the Jekyll and Hyde story, and it brought everything together. Very, very beautiful. So, next one, speaking of that and remix classics, let's keep it moving to Cinderella Is Dead. And this here, the listenership is 10 hours and 31 minutes long, and it is narrated by Bonnie Turpin. And the synopsis is: girls team up to overthrow the kingdom in this unique and powerful retelling of Cinderella from a stunning new voice that's perfect for fans of a curse so dark and lonely. It's 200 years after Cinderella found her prince, but the fairy tale is over. Teen girls are now required to appear at the annual ball, where the men of the kingdom select wives based on a girl's display of finery. If a suitable match is not found, the girls not chosen are never heard from again. 16-year-old Sophia would much rather marry Erin, her childhood best friend, than parade in front of suitors. At the ball, Sophia makes a desperate decision to flee and finds herself hiding in Cinderella's mausoleum. There, she meets Constance, the last known descendant of Cinderella and her stepsisters. Together, they vowed to bring down the king once and for all. And in the process, they learned that there's more to Cinderella's story than they ever know. This fresh take on a classic story will make listeners question the tales they've been told and root for girls to break down the constructs of the world around them. This one here, I'm going to have to say, because I've thought about it, definitely the My Dear Henry is a 5 star because I love that. Cinderella is Dead, I will give that a 4.5. And I will let you know, but I'll let you know in a later time. So I love the retelling and I love the history. I love the fact that they connected Cinderella, the actual Cinderella, to the actual descendants and all of that. I love that part of the story. I love what it did, you know, did to the kingdom, did to the king. Everything was just like it was checking all the boxes for me. So even the adventure of it, like her just trying to figure out a plan to get to the king, and also trying to help other girls because it's not just her. She's trying to save the kingdom from the evilness that is literally displaying and permeating on all of the girls that has to suffer and go through this. And so definitely the adventure is there, the fighting, the uh what it means to be its own hero, but not really you're not even thinking about being the heroine. You're just thinking about what is this going to do for me. We need to stop this because this is really wrong. Also to be in the house and the description of Cinderella's home, the description of the stepsisters and the history of what Cinderella and the stepsisters and how she met the king, all of that. It was just so beautiful. Like it was a great read, a really great read. Now, with that being said, like I said, I give that a 4.5. The reason for that is because I read Sleep Like Death. Now, by the time this goes up, this here will be the book will be out. So I don't have the listenership for it or the narrator. I did get this as an early art, so I read this months ago. Now, the synopsis reads: Princess Eve was raised with one purpose, to destroy the night. Far too many of subjects of Queen's Bridge have been devastated by this evil sorcerer's trickery. Eve's own unique magic, the ability to conjure weapons from nature, makes her a worthy adversary. As she approaches her 17th birthday, Eve is ready to battle, but her mother, Queen Regina, has been acting bizarrely, talking to a strange mirror alone every night. Then a young man claiming to be the knight's messenger appears and shares a shocking truth about Eve's past. Unsure of who to trust, Eve must find the courage to do what she's always done: fight. But will it be enough to save her family and her queendom? Oh my God. This here is a remix of the, not a remix, but it's definitely a retelling of Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. I knew it was both because I kept saying that for a while. I was like, no, it's two. It's definitely two. It's Snow White and it's Sleeping Beauty, but mainly the Snow White, and then it's like mixed in with the Sleeping Beauty part. Yo, this here, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, because this here was a definite step up from Cinderella Is Dead. Child. When I tell you, when I say I'm a huge fan of Jekyll and Hyde, I'm a huge fan of Jekyll and Hyde. But what I'm also a fan of, I'm a huge fan of Rumpelstiltskin. And Jesus, she did the damn thing with this character. And oh my God, I could not believe she did that. She told it so wonderful and horrific, and it had the horror elements. So it's like taking bits and pieces from all of her books and just putting it into one, and this is what you get. So literally, like taking Cinderella Is Dead, My Dear Henry, You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, um, The Poison Heart, um, was I think that's it. And she just put it into this one book of Sleep Like Death. And hold on, it's 352 pages. Child, it didn't even feel like 352 pages. I read that joint like it was nothing, banged it on through. And I think that's the most she's ever written, to be honest, because all her books is like, it's not even that long. Let me see. Yeah, it's not even like 300 pages at the least. You know what I mean? Child, that book is crazy. That book is crazy. Oh my God. Y'all gotta read that. I'm a huge, you have no idea. I am a huge, it's not the Sleeping Beauty. I just love the Rumpelstiltskin character because he is a lot more horrific than all the other villains in the princess, telling. And they did such a good job of it with Once Upon a Time. I didn't think they would go that far, but they did, even though it's prime time. But what she did with this, Bayron, y'all, yo, you killed it in this one. Everything about it was just hella good. Um, yo, I'm in the process of getting the special edition. And I'm still thinking if I want to get the UK cover because I actually like the UK cover better. But yeah, honey, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was 10-star for me. Like, I promise you, it's like taking all of her books and just combining it into this one book. It's so good. So anyway, with that being said, um, with her as a writer, she is definitely grown. Like I see the progression in her writing for each one that I've read, and definitely this here, Sleep Like Death was a definite step up and then some. I have not read her middle grade school books, and I will be. That's why it's volume one, and I just her writing is crazy. Her writing is crazy, and it's just always keeping me going. I think like I didn't even have to listen to these, and I was just sitting there, just like I think the only one that I listened to was Cinderella's Dead. Oh no, I no Cinderella's Dead and the Poison Heart duology, but man, I could have just sat there and just read the damn thing like and with no problems. Man, she is crazy writing these books, man. Sick with the pen, man. Oh my God, sick with the pen. Jesus, girl, girl. Oh my God. But anyway, other than that, yes, definitely a progression in her writing for sure. For sure. I cannot wait to see what other books that she's got in store. I know she's got book three for the Vanquishers, so that's why I said it's volume one right now, and then I'll get to those when book three comes out for the Vanquishers, and then probably will do like a volume two, which is only her middle grade school books. And I will have to see like if because I'm pretty sure she has like short stories somewhere. So I'll see if she has that anywhere and read those. But yeah, this was she's an auto buy. Like she's an auto buy in special editions. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like I will auto buy for somebody But if it's just a regular book, I just take a regular book. But nah, she's an auto buy for special editions because even for the My Dear Henry, like look at that. That's a beautiful cover. You know what I mean? It's not a special edition, but it's just the fact that it's a beautiful cover. But yeah, oh my god, like everything is so good about it. But if you have read any one of her books, please let me know down in the comment section. Um, if some of these intrigue you to put on your TBR, let me know. Just talk to me. You know, I always answer back, and I will see you in the next one. This is the way. Peace.